Today's episode of the Bizzarp podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible.com is the internet's leading audiobook provider, offering users thousands of audiobooks from some of your favorite authors. They also have a pretty sweet deal for you too. To get in on this sweet deal, you can go to www.audibletrial.com/Bizzarp to start your first month free and get a free audiobook in the process. Just click on the link in the description below or type in www.audibletrial.com/Bizzarp.
Bizzarp.
Team RamRod.
Hello and welcome to the Bizzarp Podcast, episode 24. My name is Davey.
I'm Marc.
Come geek out with us. Tonight is about Marvel's Master of the Mystic Arts, Doctor Strange. We here at Bizzarp can't wait for the movie and have some juicy news to share with you. We're also introducing a new segment tonight, Nerd Rage, where we take turns ranting about something geeky that's pissed us off. Then, of course, we have the geek news. The Bizzarp Podcast is part of the Bizzarp Network. You can find this podcast and other goodies at bizzarp.com. That's bizzarp.com. You can also email us at feedback@bizzarp.com.
I like long intros. You know why?
Why?
That gives me more time to put more music into it, and I just like how it sounds when they have like a 40-second bit of music.
Yeah. So what's new with you, man?
Well, I'll be moving soon. I just started a new campaign for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition that my sister got involved in for the first time in, like, I don't know, since she was, like, 10, 12? Like, the one time we ever, like, when I first tried to start DMing, basically, and it was a complete disaster because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Of course.
Right.
That's generally how your first DMing experience goes.
Right. Sadly, she didn't know what she was doing either, and it kind of turned her off, but now she's super happy, and she's digging it, so that was cool. And,
I'm so jelly.
And then, like, I literally have an hour. After this is over, I'm going to bed, and then I have to go back to work. My vacation's over.
Aww. That sucks.
Yeah. How about you? What's up with you, man?
Well, tomorrow's my birthday.
It is.
Yeah. That'll be awesome. I'm turning 28.
Older than me.
Technically.
Well,
What am I, like 2 months older than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 3 months older than me.
Yeah.
Old man.
But going to a bar tomorrow night to celebrate. I hope to drink copious amounts of alcohol and sing some Tenacious D.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really hoping the bar has "Fuck Her Gently" because I really want to sing that. I think it would be hilarious.
I love when people sing that at karaoke. It's always amazing.
There was one time back when you worked at UPS with you, and some of the guys, I was a supervisor, and some of the guys started playing that song and started singing it like really loud, and it started. I didn't really care. Like, personally, I didn't care, but as a manager, like, I kind of have to care. They're pretty much yelling, a really inappropriate song, and I could have personally gotten in trouble for that. So I was like, guys, shut up, and they would not. But anyway, let's jump into the Doctor Strange news here.
Yes, our main topic today is Doctor Strange. There's a lot of Doctor Strange news. Like, There's a lot. Like, fuck.
Yeah. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and start talking about that while I look up when the hell the movie comes out, because I forgot.
Oh, okay. We can write that down. All right. Classic us. Well, first off, they've shared a couple of the set photos and some of the photos of, like, our bloodied up Benadryl Cumber cough drop. And it looks really good. David had a little bit of a bitch about his collar because, the collar comes up to his ears, but that's not big enough. You can always go bigger with your collars, apparently. Fuck peripheral vision.
Well, he has, magical Spidey sense. He doesn't need his peripheral
No, he
vision.
doesn't. He gets surprised so much by everything. It's always, oh, the hoary host of Hungreth. What the fuck was that?
I swear to God, if that's not at least mentioned somewhere in the movie or something like that,
right?
I'll be so pissed. I want him to yell something ridiculous like that. But I was just saying, I did post on Facebook because I posted the picture, and I said that it was pretty much a joke. I realized that the collars are already pretty big. They probably tested it out.
Yeah,
I'm imagining, and decided that it didn't work,
right.
And decided to go without it.
Now, I don't know a whole lot about his... I know, like, what his shit does and everything, but is his cloak supposed to be for a normal human? Because it's just so fucking huge, and the collar's so big, you'd think it would be on, like, an actual, like, giant.
You know what? I actually own the first and third. I don't actually own the second, which is weird. Doctor Strange Essentials, and I don't remember where he got the Cloak of Levitation.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and look that up here. But speaking of the cloak, I'm really hoping in the movie that they do kind of emphasize the cloak, because it is a big...
It's fucking huge.
It's not just a... No, it's not... Oh, do you mean like not size-wise, but...
It makes his frame way bigger. Like, not necessarily, like, it's not, like, so big that it, like, drapes forever, but it's, like, it's big around him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But, I mean, it's one of his most powerful artifacts.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It does a lot of things. It's, of course, a levitation cloak, so it allows him to fly. It's also extremely durable. And it... So I'm looking up the history of the cloak here, and apparently there's not much known about its actual origin. It's suspected that the cloak is centuries old, because it was in the possession of the Ancient One.
Right.
And he got it after he won a battle with Dormammu. And the Ancient One decided he was worthy to wear it, and so gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the pieces of news here about Doctor Strange is apparently they've confirmed that Doctor Strange will include the Dark Dimension.
Right.
Which is where, I believe, isn't that Dormammu's...
like, plane of existence, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and it's also where, like, there's a certain type of energy that comes through it a lot. And there's a whole slew of, like, superheroes and villains that their powers manifest because of this crap that comes out of this dimension. Mm. But yeah, that's where all the mindless ones live.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dormammu.
Yeah, and this might kind of confirm, because it hasn't really been confirmed who the actual villain is going to be.
Right.
Well, Baron Mordo is going to be in it, and he's basically Doctor Strange's rival. It doesn't look like he's going to be the main villain. He might be like a side, villain, or kind of betray Doctor Strange.
Right.
But it's always been kind of up in the air. Mads Mikkelsen is going to be playing the villain.
Which is an awesome choice, and an awesome name for
Yeah, for a fucking bad guy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he could be Nightmare, or he could be Dormammu.
Oh, man. Like, I would see Nightmare as a more doable choice. But at the same time, like, go big or go home, I think, for Doctor Strange.
I really don't see why they couldn't do either of them.
Yeah.
But one thing that's cool about this Dark Dimension news is there's a quote from Kevin Feige. I always forget how to pronounce the name.
Yeah.
But he said, we see glimpses of something called the Dark Dimension. But if you were to open a Doctor Strange comic drawn by Steve Ditko, you would see the Dark Dimension is, in fact, very colorful in an extremely psychedelic way.
Super colorful.
Yeah, those are the things we're not shying away from. So, they've already said that this movie, like cinematically, is going to be way different than anything they've done so far.
Cool.
And I'm so happy about that. That they're actually going to have him dimension hop and make it trippy and just psychedelic. And I think one cameraman said it was basically like an acid trip.
Nice.
If I remember correctly. Yeah.
I'm also excited. I really liked Agent Carter when it was on. And I'm glad it's getting a season 2. Mm-hmm. And then I'm even more glad that it's supposed to tie in really strongly with Doctor Strange. The Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
Like, Peggy is going to LA. There's a thing called the Dark Force, and that's the stuff that's coming out of the Dark Dimension. And it's fucking with people, and there's apparently some kind of company that's, like, using it to manufacture shit. Mm. And that's a big no-no. And, it's kind of cool. I don't think it's going to tie in with, like, the character Doctor Strange, but it's going to tie in with the subject matter of Doctor Strange. Right,
exactly. And I'm glad that I really dig the way Marvel is doing their whole universe with the Netflix shows and the movies.
Yeah.
And it allows them to kind of explore, with the shows, they can explore aspects from the movies and kind of tie them together. I wish DC would do it, actually, if they would just tie their CW shows with the movies, but that's a different topic. Yeah. But, yeah, it's really cool, and I hope to see, I'm kind of hoping we see more Doctor Strange stuff in the shows, mainly because I want to see more of that side of Marvel, like the mystical.
Right.
And
I can kind of see that popping up in either, like, Luke Cage or Iron Fist.
Oh, Iron Fist for sure.
Yeah.
I can see that, absolutely.
Iron Fist is very mystical based stuff. I would love it if Netflix goes, okay, you have Daredevil season 2, you had Jessica Jones, you've had Luke Cage. Now here's Iron Fist. And not only Iron Fist, but we're going to go balls out with Fin Fang Foom.
Oh my god. That would be amazing.
For those who don't know, Fin Fang Foom is a giant ancient dragon. Kind of like Shenron from Dragon Ball Z, except just not nearly as big, I don't think. But he's just a giant fucking dragon that wants to destroy everything.
Yeah, and he's one of those villains that he's not really a particular... He's not really attached to any one particular hero. He just kind of shows up and everything kind of fights him. Yeah. But that would be awesome if they actually included
Fin Fang Foom. That'd be crazy. Like, I don't know if... Yeah. Like, I don't know too much about Iron Fist. I don't know a whole lot about his villains or whatnot, so I don't know who would be what in that show, but...
Well... I'm guessing because Doctor Strange, Daredevil season 2 dealt very heavily with the hand, and so I'm guessing that the hand is probably going to be involved with Iron Fist.
Yeah, I can see that.
And there's some things that are very mysterious things going on with the hand, and I don't think you're there yet in the season, so I'm not gonna...
I finished it. The season.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for our listeners either, but
right.
You know, there's something big on the horizon, basically, with the hand. They don't really explain it.
No, they just give you crazy, like, super hints.
Yeah, and it's super
riddle. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, they could be summoning Fin Fang Foom, for all we know, you know?
Yeah.
And that'll probably tie into Iron Fist, and, I mean, they're tying it all together with the Defenders, which originally was, the team name for Doctor Strange, Hulk, Silver Surfer, and Namor.
Yeah. And then it became Doctor Strange and whoever else he decided to grab.
Yeah.
I did like the... Okay, I'm going to... Spoilers. I did like the Jessica Jones thing at the end with Foggy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say. So not huge spoilers, but still spoilers.
Yeah, I thought that was a really, really nice way to tie them together. It made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other things going on with Doctor Strange. There were some set photos that were released. And actually just, I think it was yesterday or today, there were some new set photos released, and they were filming on the streets of Manhattan.
Right.
And it showed, you mentioned this before, the kind of a beat up Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He's standing there next to Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
And who is actually not black in the comics. And so this is another Heimdall, which I have absolutely no problem with. There's no reason he couldn't be, a black man, whatever. But what's really awesome with this shooting is he actually, in costume, went into a comic book shop in Manhattan and took pictures with fans. And there's a picture of him holding a copy of The Oath, which which is a really good Doctor Strange story arc.
Yeah.
That I actually have it, but so he just stopped by, and I don't think it was announced or anything. I think he just kind of walked in.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I gotta say, he looks so good.
Right.
All dressed up in the outfit and everything. And he's a perfect Doctor Strange.
Hell yeah.
In my mind.
With the pictures though, with Benedict Cumberbatch and Doctor Strange and Baron Mordo, and next to each other, all beat up and shit. What I'm assuming is Baron Mordo, in an attempt to get more power, contacts the Dark Dimension and releases Dormammu, and then they have to team up to fucking stop Dormammu because neither one of them has the power at that time to do it by themselves.
Yeah. Or another possibility, what if Dormammu somehow contacts Baron Mordo and kind of tricks him? And,
that's the other thing I would think of, yeah.
Yeah, and he ends up betraying Doctor Strange that way, but then doesn't really realize what he's done, and when he, Dormammu comes through, he helps Doctor Strange take him down.
Yeah. I'm sure it's one of those two. Almost positive. Because that's usually how a Dormammu thing goes.
Yeah. And if, by the way, for people who aren't very familiar with Doctor Strange, Baron Mordo is another student of the Ancient One, the mystic arts master who taught Doctor Strange. And I guess in the movie, the way they're going is that he was a student before Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is somehow more powerful. He's more adept at magic, and Baron Mordo gets jealous of it, basically. Now, Dormammu is one of Doctor Strange's biggest villains. He's the ruler of the Dark Dimension, and he is basically an interdimensional, very bad news villain.
Yeah.
He's super powerful, has many times been a huge threat, and he just basically shows up and fucks things up. And he has an army called the Mindless Ones, and they're the same copies of each other.
They're like these giant, you know what they kind of look like? You know those little fucking, water bears? Those little...
Tardigrades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of look like tardigrades without the snout.
Well, and without... I mean, tardigrades have 6 legs, I think. I mean,
they're... Whatever.
They're bipedal.
But it's the same, color and shape, basic shape.
Yeah, and there's just thousands of them, and they're called Mindless Ones for a reason. They have no...
They just punch and shoot laser beams.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot and they swarm.
Because every villain has to have an army of henchmen.
Right. So, moving on to the last piece of Doctor Strange news that we have. So there's Benedict Cumberbatch playing Doctor Strange.
Right.
Doctor Strange has a sidekick named Wong, who is a little badass himself. I think he's studying under Doctor Strange.
Well, he's not really a sidekick. He's pretty much Doctor Strange's butler.
Okay.
And assistant. And I think he's training under Doctor Strange. But he himself is a martial arts master.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not to be fucked with.
Right.
But anyway, go ahead.
So we have Benedict Cumberbatch playing Doctor Strange.
Right.
Wong is being played by Benedict Wong. See what they did there? Benedict Cumberbatch, Benedict Wong. Benedict Wong is playing Wong.
I wonder
God.
Yeah, I wonder if they did that just because the name was so perfect.
Right. Like, yeah, you got it, man. Don't worry about it. You made it. No, I'm sure he's perfectly fine for the role. I just saw that and just had to add it because it was just funny to me.
Right, exactly. Hold on one second here.
Okay.
I'm just looking up because I haven't actually seen a picture of this Benedict Wong guy. I want to see.
Neither have I. I just saw that was who was cast. I didn't see any pictures of him. You're looking him up right now.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, wait a second. I think that guy's in. I've seen this guy before. Hold on a second. He's in Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah, I saw that. He was in Kick-Ass 2, but I haven't seen Kick-Ass 2, so I don't know.
Oh, really? You haven't?
No.
Okay. It's all right.
Anyway, we're not going to worry about that.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else about Doctor Strange? Or do you want to move on?
I don't think so.
Rage?
I'm going to move on.
Okay.
We're going to move on to our new segment, Nerd Rage. David, take it away.
Yeah. So the first installment of Nerd Rage, it's my turn to go ahead and rant here. It has to do with Blizzard, and specifically their new game coming out in May, Overwatch.
I'm so excited for Overwatch.
Yes, it looks amazing. For anybody who doesn't know, it's sort of like the game Team Fortress 2. It's
and loadout.
Yeah, and loadout. It's a fast-paced, sort of cartoony first-person shooter, and there's a bunch of different characters. They all have their own
personality traits, things they can do.
Gameplay
some
style.
of them, some of them are super fast and nimble. Some of them are more like your snipers. Some of them are more just all power, pistols in your face kind of thing.
Right. And so this specifically is about the character Tracer, who is she's a female character, and pretty much the mascot for the game. If you've seen anything about Overwatch, you've probably seen her. She's the girl with the short black hair and the yellow goggles.
Yellow goggles, yeah.
Yeah, and she's fast. She's spunky, feisty, Yeah. But there was some controversy about her because there was a victory pose from her, and it was that
over the shoulder look.
Over the shoulder look.
Which when you do that, you pop your butt out.
Yeah, exactly, and it's only really to show, the ass. And so, one of the beta testers made a lengthy post on the forums, and this guy's name was Phipps on the forums, and he made this post talking about this pose, and just basically saying that you have all of these strong female characters that you're building into the game, which they do, and Tracer especially is a very strong female character, and she's not really sexualized in any way. She doesn't show cleavage. Her personality isn't sexual in any way, and so this pose wasn't really appropriate for the character. Now, he didn't really go into any of the other female characters, namely Widowmaker,
who is super sexualized.
Yes, but it's part of her character, though.
Right.
She's very strong, female character, and she seems to be empowered by her sexuality.
Which sexuality,
is completely
femininity,
fine. Yeah, it's completely fine. But his point was that this character, Tracer, is specifically not sexualized. And that pose, it takes away from her a bit. And I think this quote pretty much summed up pretty well from him. And it said, "What about this pose has anything to do with the character you're building in Tracer? It's not fun. It's not silly. It has nothing to do with being a fast elite killer. It just reduces her to another bland female sex symbol." And so, of course, this spawned a huge thread on the forum. Mm-hmm. Everybody going back and forth, bitching up a storm. And eventually, Jeff Kaplan, the game director for Overwatch, stepped in, stopped the thread, and posted, "Okay, we're going to remove the pose. We want to make sure nobody feels, uncomfortable with the game. And we're going to work harder on our game design in the future." And so, great. They removed the pose. And, of course, people are getting pissed off about this.
Well, yeah. And I'm pissed off about it, honestly.
Right, and that's my nerd rage here, is it's not that they changed the pose. I'm glad they did, because they're listening to the fan base, and it makes sense that the character isn't sexualized. So having that pose, it doesn't do anything for the character herself.
Okay.
And they weren't saying anything bad. The company wasn't saying anything bad about having sexualized female characters or even male characters.
Right.
And Jeff Kaplan actually opened up the thread again and made a lengthier response, basically saying, "Wow, that was, holy crap, you guys." And he kind of clarified, and he said that they didn't make the change based on one fan's, complaints. They made the change because apparently it was sort of a placeholder. They didn't really like the pose in the first place, and they're working on something better anyway. And so the comments from the fans kind of nudged them in that direction, and they decided to go ahead and change it. And he said, just taking from his post here, "We understand that not everyone will agree with that decision, and that's okay. That's what these kind of public texts are for." And that's completely right. But this wasn't pandering or caving, though. This was the right call from our perspective, and we think the game will be just as fun the next time you play it. So people need to stop freaking out. Just because they make a change doesn't mean that they're pandering to anyone. Right. They didn't change Widowmaker. She's still there. Right. All they did was change the pose. So that's my nerd rage for this week.
I have a comment.
Yeah, good.
I have a comment. Fuck this Phipps person.
Why?
Because, Jesus Christ. Okay, so everyone else in this fucking game has this exact same pose. Everyone.
They do?
Yes. Every character has that same victory pose. Except for her now. Because of this. And I have seen this picture of her victory pose, and it's not even sexualized. She looks like she is relaxed. She's looking behind her shoulder, but she still looks relaxed. And yeah, her butt pops out a little bit, but it's not even that bad. You know who has a worse over-sexualized butt pose like that? You want to know?
Who?
Snake from fucking Smash Brothers. There was comparisons. Yeah. I laughed my ass off because his ass is so contoured, where hers is just looks natural.
Okay. Yeah, fair point.
It just seems like they couldn't. It seems like someone couldn't find a thing they didn't like about it, so they made one up.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize that every character has that pose.
Yeah.
Which if you're right about that, then that is a little bit odd. And maybe it is kind of pandering, but this isn't the first time Blizzard has made a change.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not so mad about that the change happened. If that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. That's fine. But I mean, at the same time, it's just a silly thing overall. It's just like, oh my god, people, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
There's two things I really dislike about the gaming world these days. No one can wait for anything. Everything has to be leaked. Like, gaming and like, media in general.
And movies
it's like, yeah. Everything has to be leaked weeks in advance. and everyone has to be offended by something. Even the small, like, so I understand you can be, I'm not saying don't be offended by something that offends you, but sometimes it's like the littlest details, and it's like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. That's all I have to say on that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty much done with my rant here too, so let's move on to the Geek News then.
Geek News!
The first one is about Suicide Squad. Apparently, after the backlash from Batman vs. Superman being such a just grim, dark, just from what I've heard, it's just a dour movie.
Yeah,
they decided to. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I'm kind of dreading to after the reviews. But
I'll wait till it comes out on Redbox
or a cheap seats theater.
I'll wait for Redbox.
Okay, but so Suicide Squad, Warner Brothers is actually paying a shit ton of shit ton of money. God damn it, to actually go back and reshoot some scenes from Suicide Squad to add more humor and levity to the movie.
That's actually, that's a smart move, honestly.
It is.
That's just a smart move on their part, and it might make it better. I'm sure some of the actors might not be the happiest. They might have thought, oh, we're done, yay, and then they're like, by the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, they are under contract, so
that's true. That's true.
And they were getting paid a lot of money, so I'm sure they... Yeah. But it kind of worries me about the movie itself. If they had to go and reshoot some of it to lighten it up a little bit, I understand it's all about villains, but still, you've got some wisecracking villains in there, like Harley Quinn.
Right.
And I'm sure Will Smith's Deadshot is probably going to be just...
Yeah.
He's probably going to be a stick in the mud, but Deadshot should be a wisecracking villain. And the way they've marketed it so far has been, with a little bit of humor.
Yeah.
So if they had to go back and reshoot that, and for another thing, I hope that it doesn't screw up the editing and make it like confusing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt for now.
I like that Warner Brothers is they're learning that maybe people don't want the DC, movie universe to be all dark and gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you have characters like Superman, who isn't dark and gritty, and they've made him that way because they think that it's quote unquote realistic. And it's a man who flies and can melt you with his eyes. Why are you trying to make him realistic?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, we'll see how that goes. The hell is next for the Geek News here? Yeah. Okay, Doom.
Yeah. The closed beta date. I think it goes, it's going from closed beta to open beta, I believe, right?
No, it looks like it's a closed beta right now. It actually started. Oh shit! It actually started March 31st and ends tonight.
Oh really? The closed beta?
Yeah, and so customers who purchased Wolfenstein: The New Order were able to participate in the closed beta test.
Holy crap! They had to buy that shitty game to get into Doom. Wow.
Yeah. Hopefully
I guess it's kind of worth it, I guess.
Well, it's only for like 4 days.
Yeah, even then,
yeah.
You're still paying like $40-$50 for a shitty game.
Well, hopefully they open up, they change it to an open beta soon, because I want to play this fucking game.
Right?
It looks really good. I like that they're bringing it back to... Doom 3, they tried to make it, like, really scary, and they succeeded in a lot of ways. Like, that game made me shit my pants in a lot of areas. But they're bringing back the fast-paced, over-the-top, super gory multiplayer from Quake, and they're making Doom more like Doom. Not really it's going to be creepy and stuff, but not really like shit your pants scary. It's going to be more action.
Right. Like, one of the things I heard someone say about it was, like, you are on the move. You do not stop. You don't want to stop, basically. You just want to keep moving.
Awesome.
And I'm all about that.
Yes. The good thing is about this closed beta is there's probably right now there's probably a ton of videos on YouTube.
Yes, actually, I watched one and it was amazing. It's a 2-hour special. First half hour is just kind of dead air. You can skip through it. But Rooster Teeth, when Bethesda came to them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah.
Yeah, grabbed a couple YouTubers. So like iJustine, Michael Jones from Rooster Teeth, Adam Kovic from Funhouse, and Sniper Wolf from YouTube. She's a Let's Player. And then partnered them up with real life athletes. Like Gronkowski was there, and there was this like super famous like soccer player there, and they teamed up and they just did 2-on-2 multiplayer matches and did like a bracket system to promote the Doom beta, basically, and it was awesome and hilarious, and it's still up. You should go check it out.
All right, we'll have to post that in the show notes.
Yeah, I'll post. Yeah. All
right, so moving on to our next geek news here. It's about Final Fantasy 15.
Yay! I'm a Final Fantasy title I'm excited about. Besides the 7 remake.
Right. So they're doing a lot to kind of pump Final Fantasy 15 here. Because Final Fantasy hasn't been doing so hot.
Right.
Lately, it used to be like the defining title for JRPGs.
Right.
And the last, 10 years or so, it's kind of declined.
Right.
But Final Fantasy 15, they're trying to kind of bring that back. And so they put out an anime series called Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood. That's a prequel to the game.
Right. I know the first episode's out. I told Davey I would look for it already, and I haven't. I know I've seen it already. I'll find it and post it. It's not bad. It's pretty good.
All right. Apparently, they're also going to be doing a feature-length CG movie that's going to feature. It's going to feature some pretty big names: Sean Bean, Aaron Paul, and Lena Headey.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're kind of going all out with this, and then also apparently in game, it's going to be on your phone. There's going to be a pinball mini game that'll be on your phone, and it's linked to the game itself.
Really? Ooh, that's cool.
The beta for Final Fantasy 15 is apparently up on PlayStation Network and
is it?
Yeah, and Xbox One as well.
Because I know I can pre-order it, but it doesn't come out till September 30th.
Yeah, there's a playable demo. So it's not really a beta. I'm sorry, it's more of a demo. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check that out.
But and I want to try it out. But one of my friends on Facebook tried it out, and she said it's like Kingdom Hearts and Zelda had a baby.
That's really high praise.
Yeah. They did say that the gameplay was a little clunky, but it's not coming out for a while, so hopefully they'll fix that.
Yeah.
But also in other PlayStation news, I don't know if you heard about this, Mark, but apparently the PlayStation 2 is officially dead.
Really?
Yes. Apparently they have been running the PlayStation 2 online servers up until like just a couple days ago.
So
they finally shut it out.
All those PS2 games you could buy on PS4 network, you can't do it anymore?
No. I don't mean that. You can still buy those on PS4.
Okay, I know what you're saying now. I got you.
Yeah. The PlayStation 2 itself is no longer supported at all.
Okay.
And I think that's
surprised.
Amazing. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's still around.
I know. I heard about that and I was like, holy shit! Like it was still. I thought it died a long time ago. Like
that frees up some money for them, I think.
Yeah, probably. It was probably just too much of a cost for them to keep going with it.
Yeah. So, like, really, how many people still play the PS2?
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I will tell you this: it was a fucking amazing console. I have one, and I love those games.
Yeah, I mean,
God of War 2 are some of my favorite games ever.
Didn't they just remaster those?
They remastered God of War 3
on
the PS4. I don't know if they're
remastering the other ones. I'm thinking about getting the Mega Man Legacy, where they remastered all the Mega Man games. Well, I don't think they remastered them. I think they just clunked them all into one game and sent it out, like Mega Man 1 through 5 or something like that.
Oh, it's Mega Man. Oh, damn.
It's like the original Mega Man games.
Oh, okay. I want Mega Man X.
I don't know. I'd have to look into it again. I was looking at it today. I don't know how many games were on there, but there's a fuck ton.
Okay.
And it's like $30.
Alright, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So, I guess that pretty much wraps up our show for tonight.
Yeah.
Alright, so, do you want to do the quote?
Sure. I'll do the quote. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? No. Oh, alright. We are inside the moment between moments. We may even be able to affect what happens when the quantum possibilities collapse into one reality. Our reality. Our future. Stephen Strange.
This has been the Bizzarp Podcast, a production of the Bizzarp Network. You can find this podcast and others at www.bizzarp.com. Until next time, may the hoary hosts of Hoggoth guide you!